Welcome to the Channel Islands Shaping Room. I'm Britt Merrick, one of the shapers and designers at Channel Islands, and this is where we tell you about our models. And this is a Zeus by Taylor Knox. If you want to know about the Zeus, think about Taylor surfing. Isn't Taylor one of the most incredible guys to watch surf? Nobody surfs on rail like Taylor. He's fast, he's radical, he's smooth, and so we design his boards around that by working with him. And he's had a few models with us, and this is the latest one, the Zeus. As far as the outline is concerned, and the outline is one of the most important parts of the surfboard, you can tell that it lends itself to high performance surfing, carving, fast down the line speed. It's got a little more tail width than something like the Peregrine, but pretty similar with the signature Merritt hip fairly pronounced, a little more pronounced than on something like the Rook 15. Pretty standard in the nose width. And this sort of board allows you to go fast and to push hard. Plenty of volume coming off the tail for big, hard pushing rail curves like Taylor does. It's got a fair amount of rocker, but it's staged. So medium entry rocker, pretty straight through the rail rocker through the center, and then a pronounced break right around the fin. And by break, I mean that's where there's some curve in the rocker. And then a fall behind that, but fairly straight in that fall. The way that the concaves work on this board is a subtle single concave through the middle, pretty pronounced double concave. If you feel the bottom of the board here, you're going to feel the ray stringer. Pronounced double concave within the single between the fins, and then concave V going out the tail. Again, what we're doing with contours is we're creating multiple rockers in one board, so that you've essentially got a different rocker down the center, a variation of that down this panel, as opposed to what you have on the rail, because you're surfing different parts of the boards at different times. They all interact, so they've got to be put together perfectly, but you're driving on the middle of the board, you put it on rail, you're on the back, on that break that I talked about. So all these things come together to make a board like this. And this board is highly tuned. It's got more sort of down rails than Taylor's previous models. They're a little more pinched, a little thinner, but they're still going to feel fine under your arm. A 2 1/4 is going to feel like a 2 1/4. 2 1/2 is going to feel like 2 1/2. Soft rail, round rail. Other than that, volume is pretty normal. And this is a board that you'd ride in normal surf. It's going to allow you to surf the way that you want to surf. You can cruise on this board, and you can absolutely rip on this board. It's for high performance surfing, but as always, we make our high performance board work for all sorts of different surfers. So the Zeus will do you right. Watch Taylor surf, try to surf like Taylor. That'll make the world a better place.